It was past midnight, everyone was asleep, and then, someone knocked on his door. He had two choices: ignore it, or open it. What he decided that night changed his life forever. Rashid was a simple man. He lived alone in a small house at the edge of the town. His days were quiet, almost the same every day. He worked hard, came home tired, ate alone, and slept. But inside, he carried a heavy heart. Life hadn't been kind to him. He had lost his job months ago, his friends slowly disappeared, and even his own family had stopped checking on him. Every night, he would sit in silence and wonder, why is this happening to me? That night was colder than usual. The wind was strong, the streets were empty. Rashid had just laid down to sleep, when suddenly, knock, knock, knock. He froze. At first, he thought it was his imagination. But then, again, knock, knock. His heart started racing. Who could it be, at this hour? Fear whispered in his mind, don't open the door. But something else, something deep inside him said, just check. Slowly, carefully, he walked toward the door. His hand trembled as he reached for the handle. For a moment, he stopped. What if it's trouble? What if it's dangerous? But then he took a deep breath and opened the door. Standing outside was an old man. He looked weak, tired, and shivering in the cold. His clothes were worn out, his eyes full of pain. He spoke softly, "Son, I haven't eaten all day. Can you help me?" Rashid stood there in silence. He didn't have much himself. His kitchen was almost empty. For a second, he thought about closing the door. But then, something changed inside him. He remembered his own pain, his own loneliness. And without saying a word, he stepped aside and said, "Come in." He gave the old man the little food he had. A piece of bread, some leftover soup. The old man ate slowly, with tears in his eyes. Before leaving, he looked at Rashid and said, "Tonight, you didn't just open your door, you opened your heart." And then, he walked away into the darkness. The next morning, something unexpected happened. Rashid received a phone call. It was from a company he had applied to weeks ago. They offered him a job. A good job. For the first time in months, he smiled. That night, he sat quietly and thought about everything. The knock on the door, the old man, the choice he made. And he realized something powerful. Sometimes, life tests you when you have nothing left. Not to break you, but to see who you really are. That midnight knock was not a problem. It was an opportunity. An opportunity to choose kindness when it was hardest. So the next time life knocks on your door, in a way you don't expect, don't be too quick to ignore it. Because behind that moment, may be a blessing you cannot see yet. Remember, a single act of kindness can change someone else's life. And sometimes, it changes yours too.